In Turkey, you will just queer experience is more like a snack you will just have secretly and just leave. You will never gonna holding hands in public. You will never gonna eat a dinner together. You will never gonna like the rings, that type of stuff. But I need something more deep. I need someone who can be a little bit of my family and be friend and also boyfriend as a partner. So it's like a in Turkey, playing football as a kid, as a boy, is like a norm. You have to play football with other boys in the neighborhood or in school. But I hated football so bad, and I also didn't really like any sport. So yeah, I'm drawing since I'm 4, and I was actually in fine arts high school, in my high school first year, and I didn't feel that free there. So in the second grade, yeah, in the high school second year, I just switched my school to a regular high school. As I remember, I spent most of my time in school, and other than that, with my mom, because her shift hours, like her working hours, were way earlier than my dad's. So when I just got after school, she was right there, and like we spent the day together. So I feel like she knows me more and better than my dad, because my dad just wasn't really there in most of the time. So in my coming out, my dad was really shocked. The first memory that I have about the East Asian culture is I was in elementary school. I was watching cartoons on TV. Then I randomly switched the channel. Then a channel popped off that it was about the Japanese animes. And then I met with Korean culture. The first thing about Korean culture was, wow, like male K-pop artists, like male Korean actors, they look like perfect, like they're like really baby face. Their hair is perfect, their face is perfect. So I was like, the being perfect, almost like in a feminine way, is not a common thing that we see in the Western media. Because they more appreciate, they're more like being a like manly man, doesn't have like makeup, doesn't do any like skincare, like hair is messy, this type of stuff. Then in my journey, I added the Korean stuff as well.
So why Taiwan?
Oh, Taiwan was a result of the journey. Like, when I started learning Mandarin, my plan was going to China for a while. Then after like 3 years, 3 years, I realized there's a place called Taiwan, and they're the only queer-friendly space, only queer-friendly country in East Asia. I felt more like way safer than Turkey since the first day, especially after I saw the rainbow line in Ximen, and like the places in Ximen, like the Red House, the bars, the clubs around the area. I was like, this place feels safe. And in MRT, like on the street, I also saw some queer couples that are like holding hands, that type of really regular stuff. But as a people from more like a not queer friendly country, I was like, wow, it's like I was kind of shocked and like also really happy that no one really cares about the queer people here. So they can just be themselves as a freely, totally free. I was like, okay, I can be more free and safe. It all started with 2023. I had my first gay club experience when I was 18 in Taiwan, and that was like a mind-blowing experience to me because I never had something like that in my life. So yeah, after first clubbing experience, I was like, wow, if it's fun, it's super tiring, but being around with people that I can be myself and know that I'm safe. Plus, I can meet with a bunch of people. I can make the friendships, or like I can find some people that I want to date, etc. And yeah, so
And also, I think it seems like a green light of you being yourself.
totally, yeah. Even in first night, I just entered the gay club, and after like 2-3 hours, I had my first kiss in Taiwan, and that was a really interesting experience, yeah, because like the whole the dance floor was packed with people, and I was just standing by myself as a foreigner, and somehow I don't remember, I kissed with someone. I was like, what just happened? But I was pretty happy about it. Yeah, I still want to explore more. Like, I still want to meet with more people, know this gay community in Taiwan better as possible.
Could you describe him a little bit?
He's really calm, really chill person. Uh, he's so nice. He's really kind to everything. Was it Hualien? Yeah, the 2023, I guess. There was a big, huge earthquake in Taiwan happened. I was living in fifth floor, and my whole room was messed up, and I was scared so bad. I almost had like a anxiety for months after that happened. And in that day, in that morning, because it was a morning, and he just got on his motorbike and just, 'cause we were living really far from each other, but he still just ride and come to my place and just helped me to cover my room and like, yeah, to make me feel more calm. Because he's, as a Taiwanese, more adapted. Like, having an earthquake this often is natural to him. I never lived in the fifth floor in an earthquake, so it was super scary experience. But I'm so happy that he helped me to heal that process, because I started having a little bit of anxiety about the earthquake. I was just, when I like, for the continuously like 2-3 weeks, every night when I sleep, I was like, is there earthquake? Is there earthquake? That feeling. And when I feel uncomfortable, I was just texting him, like calling him, is there anything happened? Is there earthquake? He was like, no. And we just chit chat and just sleep again. He's the only person currently who comforts me and like giving me help in any point, in any need in my current life, because I don't have family here. So I will say he's kind of like my family here.
How was the dinner?
It was kind of fun, because my dad can't really speak English plus Mandarin, and my boyfriend can speak both of these, but he doesn't speak Turkish. So there was a huge lack of connection. So I was trying to speak, but I was trying to translate, but my dad wasn't trying to speak that much, because it was so new for him, like meeting with a foreign boyfriend of my son. You know, the whole concept is like too much going on for a Turkish dad. But I feel like he did a great job. He's still like asking, oh, how's your boyfriend going? How's your relationship going? And my mom also like oftenly asks how we are. So I think that's enough for me.
And did you and your dad had any conversation after the dinner?
Oh, he said, oh, he's a nice dude. He's really chill. He's just calm, and he looks really supportive and caring and safe about you. So I'm happy about this. Like, he's your boyfriend. I'm happy that the bond that you guys have. I was like, oh, thank you. Especially that they know the stuff that I told, like sometimes that I need a little bit mental support, especially when I have like the anxiety stuff, like the triggered some panic attacks, for example. They know that my boyfriend is always there to help me, so they also feel like he's kind of like my guardian angel, I would say, because they're far away. They're living like so far. They want to know that I'm in safe hands. I'm in a good hands. So that's why they're happy about I have him. currently. I really felt like this is my second home or even first home currently right now. So whenever I go travel around back to Turkey, like visiting another country, I feel like am I gonna even though I know that I will come back in like 10 days, I still feel like I don't want to leave this island. I don't want to leave home this type of feeling.